It's time to go beyond plus ultra for Boku no Hero Academia.
I don't know. This feels very wishy-washy on which side is the one we should be focusing on.
I think this whole season, since everything's coming to a head, it feels like we're getting some villain focused episodes now, but it seems with like the split this episode had, it seems that it's a bit of both.
I'm honestly surprised there wasn't more Dobby. I'm really surprised that's been pushed off this long.
Yeah.
I thought for sure we'd get like a little bit of scene with that, but nothing.
Apparently he's not burning the forest down anymore.
I mean, or at least the weather is causing it to like not be as intense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, hey, look, Lady Nagant's back. Except, she's literally dying by doing this.
And she's only in for like the first 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, she gets like 2 shots, and that's all she's got. At least for now. We'll see if she manages to like wake up and pull off another one. Also, Inner All for One is very angry about it. He's very upset.
Yeah, we have a flashback to the hospital, and hey, I need to join the heroes. Midoriya says so. I I was
It's like he
inspired.
brainwashed me or something. Does he have a brainwash quirk now?
I was so inspired by him. I'm sorry for being evil. Just
Well,
just
she's
let me go.
there's a pretty good chance she might be dead now, but who knows? We'll see. Oh, also, I forget if I mentioned this before when we were on mic, but I may or may not have figured out why people are upset about the ending, or at least a part of it anyway.
Will you get to that now or later?
I am not going to say what it is. I will
Oh.
say I don't think it's specifically plot relevant, at least the part that I am aware of.
Oh.
It
So,
is it is the wrap up to like a B plot, let's put it that way.
oh. So you might not reveal what that is in the next 4 or 5 weeks.
I will not. However, I am going to try and see now that I am aware of it if there's anything that's put into these episodes that leads toward it. And I can tell you right now, other than a couple of scenes from the last episode, or not last episode, the last season, it is not. It's really not at this point. And if everything until the ending slash epilogue is just fighto, I don't see what they're going to do to build that up.
Oh. From the vagueness you're describing, I am happy that I don't know fully what you're referring to because I don't want to be spoiled. I don't know if you unofficially spoiled yourself by.
It was unfortunate. I was scrolling through Reddit and something just popped up, and I'm like, oh shit,
Oh,
this
so
is what happens. Is this the problem?
so you are you like 100% sure?
No, I'm not 100%.
Oh,
Again, this might just be one part of a bigger problem. I don't know.
oh,
Like this might just be one of the side things that people are upset about and not like the main thing. I don't know.
okay. Make a note of it so we can talk about it next season.
Oh, it's in my brain. It's not going away.
Oh, um, that's good, I guess.
Let's put it this way. While it is a B plot, it's a hard B plot to ignore.
Oh, maybe I think I know what you're referring to now, but it's
Are you
best
going
for
to throw your guess out there, or are you just going to keep that to yourself?
romance.
That may or may not be it. I won't confirm nor deny.
Okay, the Ojiko Deku romance. Like, okay, but I'm going to forget I even said that, so I will be pleasantly surprised and disappointed when it does not happen.
So
Um,
let's just for shits and giggles, all right?
la 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 la, I'm taking off my headset so I can't hear you.
No. Just what? Hold on. I'm just curious if you're guessing that's what it is. I want to know what your thoughts are at this moment, how that turns out.
It does not at all. I mean, it does not get talked about.
Oh, it's just completely ignored. That's what you think is what it is?
Yes, maybe
Okay. Okay.
maybe they'll have a heart-to-heart discussion about, hey, Toga was really something, wasn't she? She really cares for people, and then they talk about Toga a bit, and then okay, bye. It was kind of like the rooftop scene earlier this season.
So I like where you're going with this. You saying that made me think of something now, and I can't not put it out.
Okay.
Which is that like Deku what if what if it comes down to like Deku's the only way to stop Toga is for Deku to just all right, fine, I guess I'm your husband now. literal shotgun wedding.
Oh, Deku-chan! I'm so happy now! I'm not evil anymore!
It's the only way to turn her.
So, back at the hospital, Lock gives her a phone and says, like, hey, here's all the information you'll need about the fight.
I'm wondering if it's Rocklock, like his phone specifically, and not just a spare one he had.
Mm.
I think it might be. In which case, I don't know how Rocklock's getting contacted right now. Anyway, we get a little bit of backstory on Nagant being like, I was so lost, but then I was found. Oh, Deku, Jesus, show me the way.
You know,
Uh,
Deku is just a tiny bit of Jesus right now. Like,
little bit is leading the apostles, you might say.
yeah. Uh, and it seems that Shiggy's other hand gets blown off when he tries to decay with the other one.
Yeah, second bullet comes in, and last bullet, really. At least for now.
Mm-hmm.
Because Deku uses that chance to tackle him off the side of the thing, because he's like, if Shigaraki's got his quirks back, we cannot stay here.
Hey, is that that kid? I think I only saw him for a second though.
Boyo! Shonen!
And we find out that Shiguraki hid part of himself away so that All for One couldn't fully corrupt him.
Which makes me wonder. Now I'm not sure whether or not the kid is also Shigaraki or if they are two different elements at this point. It seems like because we see the hair transition that it's to white, that it's not, that they
Mm.
are the same, but I'm still not sure.
So would you say
Like especially because we had that like sudden shock when Mirio recommends like friends and shit from before.
mm-hmm.
Like that to me does not sound like Shigaraki. That still sounds like the kid. That still sounds like a separate element. And while the kid is still his core, that doesn't mean that he can't be reached and reasoned with.
Would you say Shigaraki is now back in control at the moment? Or would you
I
say
think
All
he
for
is,
One?
but I
Oh.
I don't know if All for One is fully gone from like being if he's just suppressed or if he's been gotten rid of. I don't know.
Mm.
Like we were talking about before, I think it was last episode, the vestige is weaker than the original. Which is why I still think if Shigaraki were to absorb the current All for One, especially because now he's in his prime, it's gonna reiterate that power dynamic in his brain again.
Yeah, but we have the part where Shigaraki says, hey, Kogiri, take me to All for One. What was Shigaraki's plan there?
That wasn't Shigaraki. That part, I think, was All for One.
Like, All for One, like, still trying to fight for control?
I think so. I think his plan was to send himself, aka Shigaraki's body, to All for One main body and work from that.
Okay, because main body knows he can't get to Shiguraki.
Either that, it would whatever way would be faster. And in this case, warping through Kurogiri would be the fastest,
Mm.
especially since he's losing control right now, like in that instant.
But it seems Kurogiri is having an identity crisis of his own.
Yeah, which is strange that it's happening now.
So is some part of Shirakumo still conscious?
It seems like it's still partly there. I mean, they were getting like reactions before, but nothing strong enough to like fully bring him back. Whatever's going on now with him, something has happened, and I don't know what that is.
And Shirakumo is dead, right?
For all intents and purposes, as far as we are aware, his body was used as a base for Kurogiri.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he was 100% dead or if he was just like mind controlled with like.
He's definitely not mind controlled. I don't know. We don't know for certain how Nomu are created. I believe the description is that they're basically used, like corpses are put together to make them. I don't know how they implant the personalities, but at the same time, right? I also don't know if like living people are also directly used or not,
Mm.
or if they always have to be dead for that to take place. So yeah,
And
anyway,
and how did President Mike and Eraserhead fall off the coffin?
I believe it was the Toga clones, the
Okay,
Sad Man's Parade that spilled through that are shoving them and taking them out off the edge.
okay, because they fell off the edge only to be saved by Kurogiri.
So like we see President Mike, or not President Mike, we see Aizawa fall, and I'm not sure whether or not President Mike was shoved off himself or was also diving to try and get Aizawa and keep him from falling. Because it's Aizawa first falling backward, and then it's President Mike coming forward, almost looking like he's trying to reach for him.
Mm. And how would he plan to get back up?
I don't know. He's got Sonic Boom mouth. Maybe he can use the recoil.
Interesting thought.
Anyway, yeah, we cut back to Gentle, who's like barely holding on. He's like, you got to do this fast. La Brava gets it done. Now we have the business class being like, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna videotape it and stream it to the world. I'm gonna see it and make sure. And Gentle's like, you can't. You got to get in for safety. And then in the meantime, La Brava's like, I got it fixed. I'm working on the next thing, which is literally hacking their phones and using it to live stream Gentle being a hero to the world.
And did you see like, the pink kitty thing again popped up in the corner?
I know, it's like her avatar or whatever. Yeah.
And I just started laughing about the pump dance again.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Uh, Now the question is, where the fuck did Kurogiri teleport them to?
ooh.
Because we don't know that in this episode. We have no idea where they landed.
Would they be at the All for One fight? Or would they be at the Gigantomachia? Because that's shown next episode.
It could be. I don't know. I have no clue. Even if they were, right? Eraserhead has admitted that his, like, with only one eye, his quirk has severely been limited. It's why they were using Monoma to, like, duplicate it. So I don't know where where Aizawa is going to be able to be used here at all. Like outside
Yeah.
of some kind of like background shady shit, I don't see where he's going to be useful.
Huh.
And President Mike is probably the worst one to be on that kind of duty because he screams at everything. So I don't know. They could have been teleported somewhere completely different for all we know. Some third location to give some other unknown advantage, later in the fight.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to go ahead and cut back. So here's actually something I'm not sure of, right? We hit the commercial break. We come back. We're back with All for One, flying to try to get to Shiguraki, right?
Yes.
We get flashes of what looks like Shiguraki from like when he's breaking through All for One, like the mental version of him in his head, the vestige. I'm sitting here like, does actual All for One know that this is happening right now? Is he aware?
I would say maybe because they are linked in some way.
Yeah, but like my understanding was that was within a certain distance of one another. I don't know at this distance that they're at if he can actually still feel that.
Okay.
It seems like he might be aware, but I'm not sure what that means, like as far as how they share information anymore. Because the going theory was like 30 kilometers or something.
I think.
Yeah. And they made sure it was longer than that, farther than that. Anyway, Hawks comes in, tries to do some damage, literally turns into a 90s fucking anime character.
And I'm just like, what's going on?
Yeah, I my brain broke for a second of like, what the fuck is happening?
No, 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 no. I think you forgot what happened immediately before that, where he got, like, erased or vaporized into something.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It looked like he got fucking like ripped apart. Only to turn into that, like turn back towards Tsukuyomi with this 90s Bishi boy look. Tsukuyomi to have this fucking like what the actual shit face on.
Which is, I think, one of the best reaction shots I've seen in an anime in quite some time.
The best part is like we have not just one but two between this of like style change, like complete style change. We go from like the shonen battle style that my hero has into the Bishi boy into like the most cartoony deformed bullshit I think I've seen in a while. Like this seems like oh, what's that show? Uh
Give me a hint. I want your help.
you sent me a thing about it recently about a new season.
Pop Team
Uh
Epic.
yes, it feels like something I'd see in Pop Team Epic. I only to then cut back to this 90s Hawks being like, oh, ouchie, I was going too fast. Oh, I like really fucking like feminine girly bullshit.
And I'm like, what's going on?
Uh huh. And then that fades away into a cloud of mist. Turns out, new characters, or I should say, old characters.
Yeah.
We finally get to see what Cammy can do, which I don't think we've ever seen before.
I remembered Cammy. I didn't see the finger guy.
He was fighting Bakugo and Kaminari and the Harden dude during the exams, the provisional license exams.
Yeah, and after looking him up, I'm like, okay, I remember his quirk now, where he can
So
like remove part of his body and like reform it like clay into whatever
mhm.
he wants.
Yeah, and Cammy is one we never saw because she was taken out off screen and Toga replaced her.
She seems to be like illusion based.
She is. She breathes out a mist that can take on illusions, and while it can cover a widespread area, it is very. It's got a small time frame of use. It does not last long. So we got those two, plus we have what's his name? Inasa, the wind dude, who can create fucking tornadoes and shit.
I did not remember him at all.
Funny, he was the one that really hated Todoroki and his dad. Well, specifically, he hated Endeavor and Todoroki by extension. But yeah, oh hey, look, the class from the other school is here. We got backup. So morale has now been increased. Shit's coming back.
I thought I saw Cammy was his second year.
I don't know about that.
Uh,
Either way, what I'm thinking is happening right now because I I'm wondering if All for One is going to try to steal the quirks from Toga,
Okay.
because he gets one of the clones thrown at him, like with the wind going on, and crushes it while saying, "I can steal someone's quirk by touching their real body." It makes me wonder if he's going to try and steal her quirk, either to use Sadman's parade himself. Actually, that'd be super fucking telling.
Oh.
Because her quirk is specifically for people she loves. I don't know that, other than maybe himself, All For One loves anyone. I think that quirk would be useless to him the more I'm thinking about it.
I just checked. Inessa is a first year, while Cammy and the other guy with like clay skin guy, they are second years.
Maybe it was their second attempt to get the license then?
Maybe.
Um Either way, I'm very curious. I don't think he could do it, like, unless he could steal twice his quirk from her specifically. I don't know if he can or can't, because of the fact that, like,
She's copying it.
she's using a quirk that isn't hers. Like, she is using twice his quirk through his blood, but it is also not hers and is only temporary. So can he steal twice his quirk because of that or not? And if he can, is it also still temporary, or has he now essentially resurrected the quirk?
And I know we're dealing with anime time here, but isn't using Sadman's parade to that massive extent cutting out her twice time?
I don't think so. They've not established anything like that.
Oh.
So as far as I know, it's still the hard time limit based on the amount of blood, not the amount of effort used while using it.
Oh. Okay.
That said, it's hard to say. She's never used anything on this scale as far as we know.
Right. And this is anime time we're dealing with Planet Namek taking 5 minutes to blow up. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I mean like 12 episodes.
I mean, hey, look, man, the only reason that was the case was because they were catching up to the manga too quickly, so they had to shove a whole bunch of filler in there. On this one, they're not caught up.
Right. And they will never catch up until it's over.
Uh-huh. They've got all the material they need.
Yeah.
Anyway, we see Scary Man using like a bunch of different quirks at once, I guess, is the way that they kind of like explain it.
They didn't say what any of them were, but it
No.
seems that he grows like this metallic branches out of his back and somehow formulates some jet engine thing.
Or lasers, I'm not sure. We know what one of the quirks is. It's that like Air Force kind of quirk, that big golden like pressure blast. We've seen that one at least. The rest, I don't know. Like, there's one where there's like purple lightning. I'm not sure if that's tied with the like laser
Branches?
quirk that's going on. I don't know.
Huh.
Anyway, Enos is like, nah, bro, fuck you. Wind.
Yeah, blowing all the twice doubles away.
Uh huh. In the meantime, someone wasn't looking behind him. And we got a big fucking Dark Shadow
Dark,
who is pissed.
Dark Shadow Requiem.
Oh, he got stabbed with the Persona knife twice?
That's what happens when you hit level 10. Like, you get re-stabbed with a Persona knife, and
You
that's why.
trust the main character enough to stab you a second time.
Go watch our Persona 4 playthrough. We have fun.
Anyway, he pissed, and we get a big old Dark Shadow punch. We do get to find out that apparently he was building this up since he realized Hawks had been saved. And we had our Wild Wild Pussycat here, Pixie Bob, lock him away in some dark, like mud prison. So between the storm that has blocked out the sun, being in this mud prison of like absolute darkness, and with the flames from Dobby, thanks to the storm that has now like been whipped up, kind of like their light kind of being tamped down a bit, he's able to bring out this giant ass stand that is Dark Shadow. And on top of that, Hawks is in there with him.
I
And I'm
missed
very
that.
curious. I'm very curious what Hawks is going to do.
Yeah, how can Hawks manipulate Dark Shadow?
I'm thinking he's going to move through Dark Shadow to get up close and personal with All for One
Okay, so you're
to try and
saying.
like kill him.
Okay, so as the Dark Shadow punch is connecting, Hawks will fly through the punch
Yeah,
and like
like
hit at the same time?
I'm thinking that's the case because the punch is strong enough to shatter what resistance All for One has, and Hawks can't get close without some kind of protection, or else he'll lose his quirk. The minute he gets touched, he'll lose the quirk,
Hmm.
and he'll be out of the fight. So my thought would be he comes in as the punch is connecting, like through Dark Shadow's arm, and takes the attack as quick as he can.
Interesting thought.
Whether or not that'll actually do it, I highly doubt it, but it is a solid strategy if it would work that way.
I could see that being a possibility.
Hmm. Anyway, then we get the end credits, which then cuts into like a flashback scene and not the preview,
I was a
which
little bit
is a choice.
confused.
Yeah, this is a choice. We cut to a few minutes earlier where we're following like Ochiko and Froppy being like, we need to find the main one. Also, Jiro's there because Jiro is best girl.
Oh,
Uh
and one thing I did notice because I usually just reread the My Hero Wiki fandom just for me to be like, okay, did I forget anything? And that scene is part of the quote unquote like next chapter. Like this episode was 3.5 chapters, not just the standard three, with the
huh.
half chapter being that final scene.
It's still a weird way to format it like this.
Yeah, so
Uh,
why didn't they have this in the beginning of the next one?
I mean, probably because they needed an episode length. I'm more confused why they didn't just, put the end credits between this and the preview.
Yeah. Either that or just like, yeah, and I don't know how much you could have extended some of these scenes. Like, could you have like 3 minutes or like 2.5 minutes worth of quote unquote filler? Or I don't know how exact this is to the manga.
Hmm.
Like, are they have extra lines or is everything spoken from the manga? Because I can see that.
I could not say. I'm sure there's at least some stuff to help it flow better, but I don't know how much.
Hmm.
Anyway, we find out that the realization that Toga cannot use all for one, like anyone's quirk because she doesn't love them other than Twice and Ochiko at this point. And I'm going to guess Froppy because she was able to do that too, it seemed. That makes it seem like those emotions aren't truly real. Like those are people that have not reached her on the level that was needed.
That she likes them, but she doesn't love them.
Yeah, they have not connected with her in a way that would allow her quirk to work.
Which is a little bit sad to find, like, who she thought someone she really cares about she doesn't.
Hmm. But that is the tone we leave it off on.
Yeah, and next time, Gigantomachia.
I'm curious who's there that gets in to wake him up. Because I don't remember anyone specific being there that was able to do this.
Right.
So we'll see, I guess, next episode, like who from the villain side is actually there.
Uh, I thought on the hero side, Red Riot was there?
Red Riot and Mina are there. I don't, like I said, I don't know from the villain side who's there.
Okay.
So here's my question, right? Did they have to get up close and personal to Giganto, or could they just stand there holding a boombox like you're playing it for like a lover out their window with just the voice of All for One and Shiguraki calling out to him?
Come outside, Gigantomachia. We love
The
you.
fucking stupid ass love song to get him out, sung by both of them. Man, it's a good thing AI is doing this song for us because God knows these two would never sing this.
No, Shiguraki. I'm going to let you borrow my um perfect pitch quirk. Now you can sing perfectly.
Yeah, the thing is, he wouldn't do it. Uh, we'll see next week what happens.
Yes.
Oh, hey, look, it's Stain. He's gonna take the blood of Giganto and just shut him down.
Maybe.
That would be useful.
Yeah. Maybe that's how All for One is defeated. Stain will somehow manage to get a bit of his blood and shut down All for One.
It could be that. Like I said last week, I think I mentioned Toga could be the one that he gets if he hits the right body.
Right.
Shadow Craig could be shut down right there.
But I guess we'll see next time.
Yeah. Same bat place, same bat channel, same bat time.
Which is whenever I upload this.
At least he's honest.
Yeah. Catch everybody then.
All right.